Okay, welcome again. Now I would like to explain chapter 11 about pricing strategies. Later you will see several strategies of setting the price. Based on several strategies, pricing here will divide it into several strategies. The first one is new product pricing strategies, product mix pricing strategies, price adjustment strategies, and the last one is talking about the price change. In terms of new product pricing strategy, will be divided into two strategy. The first one is market skimming pricing, and the second one is market penetration pricing. The more explanation on the next slide. For the market skimming pricing, this is a strategy with high initial price to skim revenue layers from the market. In order a product to enter the market with skimming pricing, it means that they start with high price instead, and then they will not enter the price with a lower price. And then in order to support this price, the company should make sure they give some good quality of offering and then good image to support the price. And furthermore, the buyer, as the target market for the skimming pricing product, they should want the product at that price. It means that the company should understand the buying power of their target market. The price of the skimming pricing is higher because they usually only produce limited number of product. And then in order to use this skimming pricing, the competitor should not be able to enter the market easily because only few players who capable enough, who have a good capital, who can enter this industry. The example of market skimming pricing such as smartphone, electronic products, and then cars or motorcycle, or maybe exclusive products such as sophisticated brand of fashion such as Louis Vuitton, Chanel's, and Armani. The next new product pricing strategy called market penetration pricing. Based on its definition, it sets a low initial price in order to penetrate the market quickly and deeply to attract a larger numbers of buyers quickly to gain market share. So based on this, we can see that market penetration pricing will enter the market with a lower price compared to its competitors. And they usually target price-sensitive market with low price that must keep competition out the market. So the point of setting the market penetration pricing here is in order to beat the competitors that's already on the industry or in the market. Usually market penetration pricing being adopted by a lot of convenience product such as fast moving consumer product, soap and shampoo, and then cosmetics and snacks, or for consumer products such as food, which is they usually set a lower price in order to enter the market. The example for market penetration pricing, such as when Floridina is like an orange juice drink, they try to enter the market for the first time, beating Pulpy Orange as the market leader at that time. And then because Floridina entered the market with quite lower price with almost similar offering with Pulpy Orange, there's a lot of people finally choose Floridina. And finally, Pulpy Orange tried to, it is not longer the leader, but by the time Floridina, after several years being aware by a lot of customer and finally try their product, they increase the price. So actually this is only in order to let people aware about their existing in the market also. So it's a part of a promotion. The next one is product mix pricing strategy that divide 5 strategy on it. The first one is product line pricing, optional product pricing, captive product pricing, by-product pricing, and product bundling pricing. The more slide will give more explanation about each pricing strategy. Product line pricing here takes into account the cost differences between product in the line customer evaluation of the features, and competitors' price. So product line pricing here, when the company would like to divide their offering into different features of their product line, they will give different price. Just for example, when you would like to buy mineral water such as aqua, you can see that they're divided into different package. The first one is using glass, and then the bottle consists of 300 milliliters, and then continue with one bottle of 600 milliliters, and then 1 liters, and then after that the gallon one, the big one, and then they give a different price for each of the offering. Yeah, and then the other one is when the Samsung television would like to give some different features of each their type of television, and then they give a different price also with different product line. That is the example of product line of pricing. And then the second one is optional product pricing, takes into account optional or accessory product along with the main product. Here, in this strategy, the marketer would like to give some option for a customer to buy a product, such as when you buy a laptops. Sometimes the staffs or the companies give you some offering, whether you would like to have the original Microsoft or you don't want to have it on your laptops. If you said that yes, I would like to have it also, and then you can add more price to install it in your computer. So you got the original Microsoft, and then you also get the laptops with more additional price. Just when I buy my notebook, they give me some offering whether I would like to install the original Windows and the original Microsoft, and I should add 150, yeah, to install it. Then if you don't want it, then I just pay for 1.5 million rupiah. So that's the optional product price. The third one is captive product pricing, involves product that must be used along with the main product. So in captive product pricing, you cannot choose, you have to take all the price together, even though that one price is consists of different features or different facilities. Just for example, when you would like to stay in one night in a hotel, they usually already consist the price for breakfast. So they will not divide it into different offering, but in one, and you have to pay for the price of the rate of the hotel for one night, including breakfast. You cannot choose, I don't want to have breakfast here. So some hotels will just put it in a captive product pricing. And then just for example, another one is when you would like to buy a smartphone, you buy it for 1.5 million rupiah, just say, and then they usually already consist of all the components along with the product. For example, like the charger, the earphone, or maybe the other additional components given in one package. You cannot say that I just want to have the smartphone, I don't want to have the charger because I have my old one still, and then I don't want to have the earphone, and maybe you can reduce the price. So captive product pricing, it's include all along with the other components or additional components for the main product. Byproduct pricing refers to a product with little or no value produced as a result of the main product. Producer will seek little or no profit other than the cost to cover storage and delivery. Just for example, if you are a tailor, then you usually have some extra textile that left on your stores, and that textile usually can be sold to another people, so they can using that patch and then mix all the patch together and then put it as one of the cover of a bag, let's say. That is a byproduct pricing. So you not really focus to get profit from that extra or excess product, but you usually also spend storage and delivery, yeah, to send it to the other seller who would like to use that excess product. And the last one is product bundle pricing, combine several products at a reduced price. Let's say you go to McDonald's, KFC, or maybe Pizza Hut, you being offered a package of product from the menu. Like when you buy one package, ya paket hemat, let's say, then you got french fries and then soup, and all together with that rice and chicken, and you get also coke. Then it's a product bundle pricing. When you buy in one menu, it's cheaper than when you buy that product individually. The next one is price adjustment strategy. The point of price adjustment strategy here is to give you some kind of adjustment when you already fix what you price. But based on the condition or situation, sometimes you have to make adjustment. Just for example, you give discount or allowance pricing in order to let people attract or interest with your product. And then the other one is segmented pricing, psychological pricing, promotional pricing, geographic pricing, dynamic pricing, and the last one is international pricing. Discount and allowance pricing will reduce the price to reward customer response, such as paying early or promoting the product. So just for example, you are joining a conference, sometimes you're being offered an early bird, so you pay cheaper than when you pay near to the deadline of payment. The cost of the conference to joining and being a participant and also presenter, you have to pay for 2.5 million rupiah. But when you register on early bird, usually 1 month before or 2 months before, then you got the price only 1 million. That is one part of the discount strategies. And then in discount itself, you can get a discount for a quantity discount. If you buy more, then you get more discounts, or you can get also functional discount for seller, yeah. And then seasonal discount when in a holiday or during the end of the year, there is more discount because they would like to have some clearance discount or something. And allowance here is by giving some support, such as trade-in allowance, by giving an exchange for old to new product. If you have your product broken, not more than 1 week or maybe not more than 1 month, then you can exchange it with the new one. And promotional allowance usually for dealer or seller who participating on the program that provided by your company. And the next one is segmented pricing, is used when the company sell a product at two or more price, even though the difference is not based on cost. So they divide it into different segmented pricing. The first one is customer segment, the second one is product form, the third one is location based, and the last one is time based pricing. For the customer segmented pricing, the example is hotel. Hotel usually will set two types of price for different customers. The one is for individual customer who stay there for 1 or 2 days or weeks, but they got individual rates. And the other one is for industrial or business consumer. And then usually they set a corporate rate, which is lower than the individual rates. Then that corporate rate actually in order to attract business to let their guests to stay more and then often to the hotel. And the product form pricing, just for example, you would like to to do the service for your cars, and they usually have some package. If you have want to have all the total repairman, including the best oil to give into your cars, and then you can also stay in a VIP waiting room, then you got a higher price compared to the regular package. Then it will be based on what kind of offering, and then they will set a different price. And then the third one is location-based pricing. It's talking about when you join a concert, usually the VIP seat and then the silver seat, gold seat will have a different location. And then when you near to the stage, then you will get more price, like including the festival, you're not allowed to be sit there. And then that is location-based price. They will set different price for different seat near to the stage. And then time-based pricing is almost similar with the dynamic pricing. Later will be explained also. Time-based pricing, that the price will be set differently, depends on the time. Yeah. Just for example, when you buy a ticket on a flight tickets during a high season, you will get a higher price. But when you buy it on the lower season, you got only a half price compares to the high season one. And this is almost similar with the dynamic, or maybe I can call the other term is dynamic pricing. The next one is psychological pricing occurs when sellers consider the psychology of price and not simply the economics. Inside psychological pricing, there is reference prices. I will explain first the psychological pricing. The example for psychological pricing is when you give some odd number to the price of your product. Let's say, in order for you to buy a Coca-Cola, you have to pay for 50,000 rupiah. But usually to play on the consumer's mind and will give them some perception that the price of product is not actually 50,000, 15,000. You usually put 14,985 or maybe 14,998. So you still pay for 50,000, but your perception on your mind will thought that it was only like 40,000 because you pay for 40,000 when you see the release of the price. You will not get any change for 2 rupiah, right? Because we don't have it in a coin or maybe in a paper money. And then reference price, this is a price that buyer carry in their mind and refer to when looking at a given product. In reference price, it's mentioned that there's nothing current price, and then they will usually stick on the past price. They will remember the past price, and then assessing the buying situation. There are two ways on how people try to give some reference for the reference pricing. It can become from the internal reference or maybe it can be from the external reference. For the internal reference itself, just for example, you always buy an eggs in a traditional market for 24,000 rupiah per kilograms. But there's a time that you go to the supermarket and you saw that it's even cheaper. They sell 21,000 rupiah per kilograms. So you will say that it was cheaper because based on your experience when you buy even in a traditional market, you get an experience that the price is higher than the one that you see on the supermarket. But people who often went to that supermarket, similar supermarket, they may thought that the price is higher because on the previous offering, like 1 or 2 weeks ago, the price is only 20,000 rupiah per kilograms. That is internal reference. People will thought that, okay, I will remember my past price. They'll not offer this. So for me, this is too expensive. Yeah, because it will be depends a lot on the people's experience, learning, yeah, and then also their perception. They will beat the perception based on that. That is an internal reference, including when you would like to go to a restaurant. Usually you have some internal reference within yourself. You still remember the past price, that's why you want to go to the same place. You remember about the best service that you had before, that's why you would like to go to the same place now. So internal reference is based a lot on your learnings, based a lot on your experience as well. And then for the external reference, it's based on the people. Give you some recommendation based on the word of mouth of people, and then you will get reference based on that. Just for example, your friend just buy a new smartphone, and he mentioned that I buy this in Jogjatronic for 2.5 million rupiah. And then because you interest with the same smartphone, you plan to buy it to the same place that your friends recommend and hoping that you will get the same price. But when you're there, like the market giving some more interest on that product, so the price is slightly up. Yeah, they increase the price, and then you realize that these stores give them some higher price, and you will not trust it. And you mention to them that my friend buy it for 2.5 million because based on your external reference. So external reference is based on someone's recommendation, someone tell you something about it, and you have built some perception on your mind about the price is supposed to be this, not that. That is external reference, the example for one of the reference pricing strategy. And then the next one is about promotional pricing, is when price are temporarily priced below list price or cost to increase the demands. The example for promotional pricing such as loss leader, special event pricing, cash rebate, rebate, and then low interest financing, longer warranties, and free maintenance. For loss leaders, for example, you have you known that as a marketer, there is a one product that is become the market leader or cost leader on the supermarket. So the price is quite lower than the other competitors, and then you try to beat them by offer even more cheaper price, by giving more promotional pricing or give some discount or something. That is loss leaders. And then there's special event pricing. Let's say when it's celebration of Independence Day, 17th of August 2020, there's a lot of company and stores make use that event for them to promote, yeah, special events. So they give some 17% promotion, or maybe 8% discount, or maybe because this is a 20% discount for that special event, especially if you would like to shop it between 17 to 20 August. And then the third one is cash rebate. You can also call this as cashback when you would like to buy a motorcycle for 20 million, for example, you got like 2 million cashback. It's really interesting for customer. And low interest financing, when you would like to do some loan in order to buy a motorcycle, they will give you lower interest so that you don't have to pay the interest higher compared to the other competitors. Longer warranty, usually warranty is around 1 year, but you can offer some two warranties for 2 years. And free maintenance, when you feel like your product is broken, you can come to a company who give you a free maintenance for your product. The next one is geographical pricing, is used for customer in different parts of the country of the world. So here they have some different strategies such as FOB pricing, uniform delivery pricing, zone pricing, basing point pricing, and freight absorption pricing. For the FOB, we will explain it to the next slide. FOB or free onboard pricing means that the goods are delivered to the carrier and then title and responsibility passed to the customer. It means that the customer have to handle the price of the product that being sent by them. So we can call it as ongkir ya in Indonesia. Just for example, they order something from Bukalapak, and one of the vendor who get the order send the product, and then the customer itself should pay for the delivery cost to bring the product to their home. And then the second one is uniform delivery pricing, means that the company charges the same price plus freight to all customers regardless of the location. So the uniform delivery pricing will set similar price for all different locations. Just for example, whether the customer buy the product in Surabaya and the other customer is in Sulawesi, the company has set some strategy that they will get similar delivery costs. Like you will just take all that for 20,000 rupiah in different location. That is uniform delivery price. Zone pricing means that the company set up two or more zones where customer given a zone pay a single total price. So zone pricing, it will be depends, the delivery cost, it will be depends on where is your zone. Yeah. Just for example, because we are Indonesia, we have different islands. Like Java Island is consists of several cities. Yeah, and then there is Borneo Islands, and then Bali Islands, Sulawesi, and Papua. They will divide it into different zone, and then the delivery cost will be depends on the zone pricing. Yeah. When you send it to Papua, this is the cost for Papua. When you send it to Bali, this is the cost for Bali. But when you send it for in Java Island, then you pay for specific amount supposed to be for zone in Java Island. Basing point pricing means that the seller selects a given city as a basing point and charge all customers the freight cost associated from that city to the customer location, regardless of the city from which the goods are actually shipped. So usually it's been informed in an Instagram, or maybe it has been informed in e-marketplace that they will let the customer know where the product sent from. And this strategy usually adapted by a lot of people who conduct dropship, yeah, because they actually don't own the product, but they help to promote. And then in order to send the product, they will be depends a lot on the company location, and the product will be sent from the company itself, yeah, the warehouse of the company. That's why they usually will mention that even though their location is in Yogyakarta, but the product is actually came from the main company. That also become the basing point. Freight absorption pricing means that seller absorbs all the parts of the actual freight charge as the incentive to attract business and competitive market. It means that the customer should not pay anything because everything has been charged to the company. It's free on delivery, yeah? Free on the delivering the product for the customers. The other pricing strategies for price adjustment strategies called dynamic pricing. I have mentioned that this is also similar with the time-based strategy. It has happened when the prices are adjusted continually to meet the characteristic and needs of the individual customer and situation. So in dynamic pricing here, the price will be depends on the situation. It can be from the time-based situation when it every weekend, let's say, like hotel rate is always increased around 10%, but during holiday season, during the holiday for celebrations of religion celebration, they will increase the price around 20%. But during the low season, they will give more discount and the price is on regular price or normal price. That is dynamic pricing. They will depends a lot on the time base or the situation. Just for example, because now we have the technology to detect people who interest on our product, then when we saw a lot of people enter the page and then try to buy from the page, then we can try to increase the price as well. Just for example, what happened on the airplanes, yeah, sometimes they see that people have interest on the specific date and they increase the price. That is dynamic pricing. The next one is international pricing, is when the prices are set in a specific country based on country-specific factor. So in order to set an international pricing, you have to show several factors such as economic condition, competitive condition, law and regulation, infrastructure, and companies' marketing objectives. Because when you would like to set your price in your local country and then you would like to send it abroad, it will depend a lot on how is the conditions of economics and then whether the regulation for our product to add more tax on it. So that's why our product will be even expensive compared to the local product. There are several considerations when the price is changed, yeah, price cuts or maybe increase. For the price cut occurs due to excess capacity. There are too many product has been produced, yeah, by the company that makes the product who has lower demand will be drop in price. Just for example, like when people produce too much gold, yeah, in the market, then the prices will be drop. But when people saw that the gold is quite rare, then its price will be increased. On the price cuts, the other factor is increased market share. When you have already become the leader or you would like to increase your market share compared to the competitors that's already there, then you have to be able to cut the price of your product so your price will be lower compared to the competitors and make people interest more on your product. And then price increase will come from the cost inflation because inflation usually will come from the product, the raw material that is increased, and it will be create inflation because people will tend to tend to keep their buying, yeah, so there will be more inflation and increased demands. People will ask more of that product, yeah, they will buy more or they will request that product. It will create price increase. And then because of lack of supply means there are less seller who sold that product. There are several issues that usually can be found in setting the price. The first one is pricing fixing. This is a seller must set price without talking to the competitors. If you're talking and make some price, agreement with the competitors to set a price, and you try to control the market by setting similar price or try to increase the price so people they don't have any more choices, then it's price fixing, and according to the laws is against the law, is breaking the law because it makes people don't have any choices. This happened several years ago in Garuda. So Garuda makes some kind of agreement or something, if I don't make a mistake. One airlines company makes some agreement with several suppliers in the other market who offers similar service, and then they set a several price for, and this is a practice of price fixing. You can try later, check on the articles. And then predator pricing, selling below cost with the intention of punishing the competitors or gaining higher long-term profit by putting competitors out of business. So similar as a predator like a lion or something, when they would like to target another animal, to be consumed, they will become a predator. They try to hide in a bush, and then when they're near to the target, they will just jump and take the target and consume and eat him. But when they finish, they will just stand up high. They don't have to hide anymore because they already eat. And predatory pricing is similar. So when they enter the market, they will enter with very, very low price and keep the price for a long time. Their intention was in order to let the competitors out from the market. This has happened when Grab and Gojek, they try to monopoly the market of online transportation by burning money. We can call it strategi bakar uang, giving a lot of promotion, set a lower price for the consumer, and then they kills Uber. At the time they let Uber out from the market because Uber did not be able to compete at the time. And then there are two big players on transportation online, but now we have Matrix and several, I think another new transportation online. And after the competitors out, they will increase the price gradually, so people will see that, because they need transportation online. That's why I finally still keep using Grab or maybe Gojek. Deceptive pricing occurs when a seller states price or price saving that mislead customer are not actually available to customer. So just for example, when you go to the supermarket, sometime you don't aware that the price of product in the shelf is a wrong one, is higher or maybe is lower than the real price. So for example, like you buy a snack, it costs 50,000, and when you come to the cashier, it becomes 60,000. Some customers not really pay attention on the price because they are so busy. They don't want to waste their time to see the information. But if they don't realize, then it become a practice of thieving tricking the customer. But some people who details, they will try to reconfirm the price, and the seller will get more profit. Because I experienced also in a different place where the price is different with the one that they put, and then when we pay on the cashier. So here are several pricing strategies. I hope it's clear enough for you. I invite you, if you have some question, to inform me in the Microsoft team. See you again next week, and please do not forget to work on your comprehension task. Good afternoon.